Hey guys, how's it going? It's the Crypto Analyst here, and I hope all of you guys are having a good morning, evening, wherever you guys are from, and welcome back to another cryptocurrency video. And a recent study was done comparing Bitcoin to the S&P 500, and then comparing those two to gold, and then combining all three of these markets and the data that came with them to see if they had any correlation. Now, this has been a very popular question to see if the Bitcoin market compared to anything else, and I think that this is a really cool study. So today, what I wanted to go over is the correlations that Bitcoin had between these three markets in their entirety. So if you guys are interested, go and stick around for the video, and do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button, as it does help out the channel a lot. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive on into this. Now, as I mentioned, guys, the blue is going to be gold, this orange is going to be the S&P 500, and then BTC is going to be kind of this yellowish gold color. So the way this actually played out, from what you guys can kind of see over here, at first it kind of looks just like a bunch of gibberish, but as this kind of expands out, and this is from a 12-month data collection, so you can see from August of this year to August of last year, you can see that gold and Bitcoin were actually moving pretty closely together. Again, you have Bitcoin being the yellow and then gold being the blue, and you can see that while gold was kind of moving down, so was Bitcoin. They were both kind of steady in here. They both saw a little spike, and then they kind of just hovered around this area at a slight decline, and then eventually gold started picking up, and then eventually Bitcoin started picking up after gold. And while all of this was happening, you actually had the S&P 500 that was going up and then eventually started coming down while gold started rising, S&P started falling, and then of course Bitcoin started following gold. And then as gold started to plateau around April, May, and June, you also had Bitcoin that started to plateau during April, May, June, and even July over here. Now, again, Bitcoin is going to be a little bit more volatile than gold, but you can see that there actually has been some sort of a correlation over the past year or so, or at least over the last 12 months. And so looking at this, compilation of data, you can definitely see that there is starting to become a little bit more of a correlation between the precious metals market, specifically being gold here, and the Bitcoin market. Now, can this speak for all cryptos? I think the answer is no, at least not as of yet. And can this speak for all of precious metals? And again, the answer is going to be no. But in this really specific study of the king of precious metals and the king of cryptocurrencies, the two do have actually some sort of correlation, or maybe just the past year has just been sheer luck. But assuming that this hasn't just all been sheer luck, the precious metals market, or more specifically the gold market and the Bitcoin market, have been moving somewhat similarly. Now, was Bitcoin following gold? The answer is going to be yes. So gold isn't following Bitcoin, and this makes sense because Bitcoin was made in the image of gold, and it wasn't the other way around. I mean, we've had gold for a very long time. It's much more established, and that's kind of what this article touches on. And I want to kind of go into depth and read about this and explain what they're talking about over here, because it was thought for a long time that Bitcoin actually didn't have a correlation to any market. And for a while, it really didn't, because it was its own idea. But I think people are starting to realize that Bitcoin is very, very similar to gold. It has a set supply that can be in existence. It's very similar, and hence why it has the name digital gold. Again, it was made in the image of gold. So scrolling down over here, it kind of talks about, where is it? It was talking about Libra coin, and with JP Morgan coming on, and a lot of stuff along those lines. But it says Facebook's attempt to roll out Libra coin, a cryptocurrency aimed at facilitating global payments, and JP Morgan's Chase & Company digital coin, intended to address settlements in the banking industry, and are often cited as recognition of the natural evolution of cryptocurrencies toward a genuine purpose. Now, I a little bit disagree with them here. I know what they're trying to get at, but they're kind of trying to say that these two forces are the ones I don't know what the word would be, kind of propelling cryptocurrency forward, and without them, cryptocurrency wouldn't be moving anywhere. We'd still be back at like $3,000 or even lower than that. I kind of disagree. I don't think that these two are the only ones propelling the cryptocurrency market forward, but hence what I think the larger idea that they're trying to get at here is that big players are coming into the cryptocurrency market, and we've seen that especially over the course of 2018 and 2019 being in a bear market. So if these big players are willing to come in during a bear market and say, we are going to actually start investing in and using cryptocurrencies and using the underlying research of blockchain technology and apply those into our own companies, and therefore making investments into these, they this is something that they believe in, and that's what I'm trying to get at here, is that these areas are not something that these guys are just going to leave in a year or so. Otherwise, they wouldn't be investing into their own blockchains or their own cryptocurrencies and etc. So I think that this kind of solidifies to me that these guys are here to stay, and this is kind of the point that they were getting at over here. So one of the coolest things for me, guys, recapping this, is that Bitcoin is indeed moving in correlation to gold, at least over the last year. Now, does that mean that it has to move in correlation to gold going into the future years? The answer is no. Just because it did it in the past doesn't mean it has to in the future, but I certainly think that it is more inclined to follow gold moving forward than it is inclined to following S&P forward. So again, kind of cool to see that as stocks are moving downwards, Bitcoin has been moving upwards. And so what this does is it really creates the potential that if the stock market does crash and gold goes up a lot, will Bitcoin follow gold all the way to the top? Can it follow Bitcoin, or can Bitcoin follow gold to new highs? And I think that that's kind of the idea that's in the back of everyone's minds moving into the next couple of years, as it's possible that we could be looking into a bear market coming for the stock market. So again, maybe that's just the Bitcoin fan in me, but if Bitcoin's going to continue to follow gold and gold continues to go up as stocks go down, is it not possible for Bitcoin to hit a new high? And that's kind of the point that I'm getting at here. So hopefully you guys were able to understand that and follow this through. This was a very entertaining article for me, and I certainly did enjoy it. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. Will Bitcoin continue to follow gold in the years to come? And what will happen to Bitcoin in the event of a stock market or even a real estate crash? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.